I'm in Paris, wandering around in the streets. Truth be told, I don't exactly know where I am. I know the general direction I'm headed, but I don't exactly know where I am. So technically speaking, I'm a little bit lost. And before you all panic for me, let me put this in perspective for you. I am lost on purpose. It's part of my process, right? Part of my process is doing things that fire the parts of your brain that you wouldn't normally use. The parts of your brain that is comfortable with uncertainty, the parts of your brain that is comfortable with change, the parts of your brain that is comfortable with receiving new information, the parts of your self and your brain and your instinct that is willing to be open and willing to receive. Now, I have a theory about all of that. In order for like I said, it is part of my process and there is a reasoning behind it. Anytime I feel like I've hit a roadblock, or I'm at a stalemate, or I'm at a plateau, or I'm stuck, or I am unable to find the answers to either life or business or something that I'm pondering. Anytime I feel lost, I mean, that's the best way to describe it. Anytime I feel like I'm lost, I know those parts of my brain have to be activated in order for me to find the answers. And here's the key. The other thing I know is that I have to get lost in order for me to fire those parts of my brain. So, in essence, what I'm saying is, if you're feeling lost, you have to get lost in order to find yourself. I know that's deep, and I know this is not the first time you've heard it, but I'm trying to put it into context for you. The reason we feel lost is because we have lost touch with our essence. We have somehow lost the ability to tap into who we are and what we're about to find the answers. And in order for you to find your center again, in order for you to find who you are at your core, you have to do the activities that spark those parts of your brain that bring you back to the center. For me, it requires something really drastic, like physically putting myself in a situation that requires me to use those parts of my brain. And part of the reason mine has to be so drastic is because my threshold is very high. My ability to understand and absorb risk, and my ability to be in chaos and uncertainty, my threshold is really high. So not everybody will have to do what I'm doing in order to find results. Sometimes you can just get lost in an activity like a workout. You can get lost in a movie. You can get lost in writing. You can get lost in making something. You can get lost in the kitchen. Whatever your level of threshold is perfect. It's fine. But what needs to happen is that you need to create some other activity that allows your brain to use those other parts in order for you to find your center again. So I hope this sort of explains what I'm trying to say. What I'm hoping you get out of this video is that if you're feeling lost and stuck, know that you have power and you have control. And 9 out of 10 times, it's not about you putting more energy into the thing that's making you feel that way or trying to find a solution for it. 9 out of 10 times, it's just you figuring out what type of energy to put somewhere else in order for you to come back to the answer. You know, the best analogy I can give you is, you ever lost your keys? You lost your keys, you placed it somewhere, and then you can't find it. And you look and look and look and look, you look everywhere and you can't find it. And then you finally stop, you just give up, you sit down, and you just go do something else. And then all of a sudden, in a moment's notice, the light bulb goes on in your head and you go bing, now you remember where you put it. Something like that. But I hope this inspires you to understand and know that you have more power and more control than you think you do. And I know this is a process that I use for myself and everything that I work through and go through, life and business and relationships. And I hope that it somehow helps you with your process. If you like this, leave me a comment. Share your story if you feel inclined to. Tag a friend, because I know there's other people who need this. And tell me what you think. All right? For now, I'm gonna get lost. See you later.